Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Hump Day Hymns. I am Mike McCormick. I'm the musical director at Trinity St. Andrew's United Church, and welcome to my home. This was going to be an episode, I was going to go back and do it live. Reverend James was going to help me out, and it was going to be fancy schmancy from the church. I woke up this morning with a bit of a cold, and so this week's episode has been 2020. It's become a verb, adverb. It has been. Never mind. And I'm a musician. I'm not supposed to know phonics. So what I thought I would do is I'm going to do it here in my home. I live out in the country. My internet sucks, so I will have to drive somewhere and stay in the parking lot to get it uploaded. But we'll get to that. So I thought rather than what I planned, which required books which are not here, I got my cup of tea, I got the staircase, the dog and the cat are around, the dog's asleep around there and the cat's upstairs. So we might get, a guest star turn from other. I thought I'd give you a bit of insight into sort of how I get ready for the weekend. And I'll go through some of the pieces that I've just got my, lists of what we're going to do this Sunday. So that was the first one. This is the day. Now, I don't think we've used this before, so I sort of tried to read it, and I don't think I got it right. But I might also, it'll give me a listing of how fast it's supposed to go. So I have to set the tempo. That seems a little fast. 1, 3, 2. So this is More Voices 21, 2, 2. This is the day. This is the day that God has made. We will rejoice and be glad. This is the day that God has made. We will rejoice and be glad. Singing hallelujah, singing hallelujah, singing hallelujah. We will rejoice and be glad. So that's I think we can handle that. So I'm probably just going to move on. So we look at the next thing. What do we got? Voices United 510. We have this ministry. I think that one goes to da 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 da. Voice isn't so good today. So we'll find this. That's one of the things I've noted when I talk to other church organists, is that after a few years on the job, like my friend Scott, for example, he pretty much knows these hymns, as soon as he mentioned the tune, or in some cases the number, and he'll even have a judgment upon it. So it means you can focus your time on the other, your prelude, your postlude, what you're doing with the choir. This year, it's a little odd. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we've done this. couple times there. The other benefit over the years of having the choir has been that the choir was more familiar with, especially this, the Voices United hymn book, than I was. So I might practice it at a ridiculously fast tempo, and then, you know, it will be mentioned to me, could you slow it down? Because we cannot say the words, which are sort of important. So that is helpful. So, but for today, I'll have to, well, it's about the same tempo. That's good to do when you're practicing is find out whether there's a second page or most frighteningly a page turn. But no, this just has one more line on the next line. And the other nice thing, this is what's called the accompanist edition, so it has a little bit of information on each one of the hymns and some suggestions on how to play it. So this one says, sing this hymn with great strength and vigor. Great strength and vigor. That'll be really easy during pandemic times with two people singing. So I will berate them to be vigorous and strengthful. Notice that the meter shifts between 3/2 and 2/2. It does. Keep a steady pace. Organ, piano, and guitar are all suitable accompaniment instruments. Well, we'll use piano. If piano is used, fill out the left-hand part within the chord structure. Fantastic. Because what's written here is... So that's kind of, you know, that's pretty basic. So all they're suggesting is adding something like this. So that's probably how it'll end up on Sunday, and it'll again be on piano. And I need to learn these songs a little better than I used to, because I'm supposed to sing too. So openly we share God's word, speaking truth as we believe, praying that the shadow will bring healing like we see. We have this ministry, oh God, receive our giving. Okay, I think I got that one. And the only other one is 958, and so this is one James and I have spoken, and you know this is supposed to be a big, you know, hallelujah. This goes really fast, so it says 148. So 1, 4, 8. That's a little... those ones that's how it's written is very what I would call square. So that's like bam, bam, bam. So you can make that a little more free, give it a little more syncopation. For those who remember when Peter Brown was here, he talked about syncopation, pushing and pulling rhythm. So. Because if you can't sing, then maybe you can hit something and add some rhythm. And I don't think hitting a tambourine spreads coronavirus unless you hit it so energetically that you start wheezing. So that should be okay. So yeah, I think we got that one. So now I have to move on because we got 2 services this weekend. So let's see let's see, 519, Sing to the Lord of Harvest. I don't recognize it by the title. Don't recognize it by the number. No. Let's see how this goes. Tune before, and I just have to remember to play it in the right key. I was playing a lot of wrong notes there. So this time through, hopefully it'll be better. So it's 3, 2, and I think this goes a little slower than maybe I was doing. So let's try to fix that. Tempo. Again, just showing one of the nice things. I mean, I love getting to play the big grand piano in the sanctuary. It's big, it's loud, it's fun. But electric pianos have their advantages in the if you live in a small house, there's a volume control and a headphone jack. That's very useful for the rest of the family. And but also having things on board like the metronome, so I can quickly check on those things. So I think this actually sounds pretty cool. That's very churchy. My daughter would tell. I think it's called a cadence. Yes, yeah, perfect cadence. It's like an amen. It's almost at the end of every phrase. this tune was composed in 1575, so that's probably why it sounds like it's an older tune. This one probably would sound great on the organ. Haven't really had the guts to use the organ in a pandemic service yet, because it's really hard to keep the organ quiet, and I don't have the ability to play the organ and sing at the same time. It's too many pedals, too many things going on. I only have a couple sides in my brain, so we'll see. But yeah, this would sound really nice, because you could you'd add a big sound, take it slower. Yeah, so this one also, I feel like I'm playing it way too fast, so we'll try and slow it down on Sunday. Sing to the Lord of harvest, sing songs of love and praise, with joyful hearts and voices, your hallelujahs raise. Bring the rolling breeze in fruitful order come, sing to the Lord of harvest a joyful song of love. That's a good one. So, here you've got what one could call a happy accompanist, because, this will be a fun one. Whereas sometimes, and I'm going to try and hide it today because I'm recording this, sometimes I might play one and my reaction will be, okay, we'll get through that one. But no, this will be joyous throughout. Okay, we got a couple from More Voices. So one of the things that we've been doing, and I think this is a good choice by Reverend James, is trying to introduce a lot of newer tunes to the congregation, because we can't sing anyways. So maybe this is the time to maybe start hearing some of these tunes, and so hopefully when we can start singing again, we'll have a whole new repertoire. So this is by Gordon Light. Gordon Light, I think, is from Winnipeg. I think Reverend Russell knew him from Winnipeg days. Common Cup is his publishing company. So. Trouble figuring out whether this is supposed to be sad or happy. Probably worth checking the tempo. This is supposed to be at 120. Probably go well on guitar. touch and bless our hearts. Touch our souls that we may know and love you. Quiet presence all our fears dispel. Create a space to offer to you. I did the first verse. This is kind of a modern sounding song, but with the very old style hymn structure that we all love so much. The first two lines are very similar musically, the tune-wise, and then the third line goes in a different direction, and then you come back to kind of the same, except he goes to this minor chord, and then finishes. Da, 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 da. That is similar from the 1500 song. So I'll try the fifth verse. It's and this is a great lyrical type of pattern. You know, when your first line is "Come touch our hearts," then your second verse, "Come touch our souls," "Come touch our minds," "Come touch us in," "Come touch us now," "Come touch our feet," "Come touch our elbows." It can be a whole like hokey pokey song, but it's not. Verse 5 is. Touch us now, this people who are gathered to break the bread and share the cup of peace. That's nice. That we may love you with our heart, our soul, our mind, our strength, our love. Come touch us with your grace. And if you were singing this as a solo, if there was a soloist, you'd probably repeat that line. Our mind and strength are all. Come touch us with your grace. Yeah, so that's a good one. Get some tea again. And the only other one we've got to learn is 20 more voices 24. Breath of God, breath of peace. I think I recognize this one. This is in a 3/4, a waltz tempo. But that's not the tune. Much slower. So again, use Mr. Metronome. I'm not sure it's a guy, but 3, 1. Oh, and you really think it's going to go down at the end. You think it's going to go, but it goes up. Yeah, kind of a strange little modulation. I'm going to have to get used to this one. Breath of Yeah, so that's a very different feel to it that we don't use as much, but that could be fun. I'm trying, so I'm not, this is going to actually take practice. So breath of God, breath of peace, breath of love, breath of life, breath of justice, breath of passion, breath creating, breath of healing, breath of singing, breath of praying. Come upon us, come restore us, come inspire us, breath of God. Yeah, that's almost, this is one of those ones to me, sounds like one of those old Gregorian chants that like a bunch of monks would have sang like without harmony. Whoops, I played that wrong. Maybe not. Breath of justice, breath of passion, breath creating, breath of healing. Whoops, octave there. Breath of singing, breath of praying. Come upon us, come restore us, come inspire us, breath of God. So this would sound good if we had a full choir and were actually able to practice a bit, because I think the harmonies would sound nice. Do this on the harp. Yeah, a little different. It really sounds like I'm dissing it. I'm not dissing it. So yeah, it sounds old, but it's written in 2006. So that's what we got this Sunday. So now, if this was me, and it is me, now I just sort of sit here and play some tunes. Maybe I just open the hymn book and just fart around. Like, look at the one that it opened up to. Screwed up the ending. Still has the greatest descant that when you do that lift up your heart. That's the descant part. Sounds so amazing because it cuts right through. go through. Tell me the stories of Jesus. People like that one. This is one that, you know, good gospel-y song, but you can do a lot with the accompaniment. You can kind of stick to the straight cornet pulsing. Maybe make the left hand kind of what's called an arpeggio. That's where you go sort of up and down through. I think if you do this on organ, what's great is you can either hold that really low bass note, or you can kind of pulse it. Creased and I couldn't see the first word. Sorry. So yeah, let's do a couple more things. So typically, if I was sitting down at the piano, I'll go through that, and now I get to play for me. So I'm going to pick up a book. This would be this week's thrift shop treasure. Oh, I said it first time. Is the binder. The binder cost me 50 cents. And what's in here? Oh, so this is yeah, that's a tough one. Oh, so this has got the tune Alexia sang. God Bless the Child. Yeah, that's fine. So I think we'll close today. Today's random session of random things. This was how we ended our service last Sunday, because some very dear friends of our church congregation and very dear friends of our family are leaving. They moved to Victoria. So this is Voices United 422, God Be With You Till We Meet Again. It was written by Congregational Minister Jeremiah Rankin for the closing of meetings at his congregation in Washington. Became popular at the Moody and Sankey Revival meetings. Is composed by his request by William Tomer, organist at a Methodist church in Washington. Watching. I've got some great guests coming up. Hopefully next week I'm going to do an episode I'm calling Jesus on Broadway. We're going to focus on a bunch of Broadway tunes that reflect the Bible, like Godspell and Jesus Christ Superstar and some other surprises. I've got Ian Gannett coming back, organist in Carlton Place. Haven't figured out exactly what we're going to do, but I'm going to get an organ lesson from him. So we may just film that, so you can all learn too. Although maybe then we should all pay him. I'm not sure. We'll figure it out. So God be with you till we meet again.